$12 at Dollar Tree just created complete backyard privacy, and this has nothing to do with bamboo sticks or lattice panels. What you're about to see will change everything. Hey there, welcome back to Garden Homes. If you're new here, this is where we prove you don't need a fortune to create your own private backyard retreat. To my returning viewers, thanks for being here. Your comments and ideas keep this channel going. Quick favor, if you find even one helpful idea today, hit that like button. It helps more people find these budget solutions. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and click subscribe because we do this every week. All right, let's get into it. Hack number 1, the tension rod fabric wall. Let's kick this off with tension rods. These spring-loaded rods sit in the cleaning aisle at Dollar Tree, usually meant for shower curtains. But here's the genius part. Position them between fence posts, pergola beams, or any two vertical structures in your yard. Then drape outdoor fabric, canvas drop cloths, or even those vinyl tablecloths over them. The tension keeps everything secure without drilling a single hole. This works incredibly well for renters or anyone who doesn't want permanent fixtures. You can switch out the fabric with seasons, go bold with patterns in summer, neutral tones in fall. The rods hold up surprisingly well in the wind because they're compressed between solid points. For extra stability, use 2 rods per panel, one at the top and one at the bottom. This creates a taut surface that doesn't flap around, and when winter comes or you need to change things up, pop the rods out in 2 seconds. No damage, no commitment, complete flexibility. The whole setup for an 8-foot section runs about $4 to $6, depending on how much fabric you need. Hack number 2, the pool noodle trellis screen. Now, this one sounds absolutely ridiculous until you see it in action. Pool noodles. Yes, those foam tubes kids play with in the water. Dollar Tree stocks them year-round in different colors. Cut them into equal lengths, then thread wooden dowels or thin PVC pipes through the center holes. Stack them vertically or horizontally to create a lightweight, colorful screen. The foam is weather-resistant, comes in every color you can imagine, and creates this modern, geometric look that people assume costs a fortune. Thread climbing plants like morning glories or sweet peas through the gaps, and suddenly you've got a living wall that blocks views while adding greenery. The foam protects the plants from harsh winds, and the structure stays light enough to move around your yard as needed. You can create different patterns by alternating colors or cutting the noodles at varying lengths for a staggered effect. Each noodle costs $1, and you'll need about 12 to 15 for a decent-sized panel. The dowels run another few dollars if you don't have spare wood lying around. Total cost for a 4 by 6 foot screen, around $8 to $10. And it weighs practically nothing, so repositioning throughout the season takes 0 effort. Hack number 3, the command hook hanging garden. Command hooks get overlooked for outdoor projects, but they're absolute workhorses. The outdoor rated versions stick to nearly any smooth surface, fence boards, siding, even metal posts. Arrange them in a grid pattern on your existing fence or wall, then hang potted plants using S-hooks or macrame hangers. This creates a vertical garden that doubles as a privacy screen. The plants fill in gaps while adding life and color to boring surfaces. Mix different plant heights and textures. Trailing pothos or ivy at the top, fuller ferns or coleus in the middle, compact herbs or flowers at the bottom. The layered effect blocks sightlines without feeling like a solid wall. Command hooks come in packs at Dollar Tree, and those basic plastic pots with drainage holes are $1 each. Fill them with clearance plants from any garden center, and you're looking at roughly $2 to $3 per hanging pot. A grid of 15 to 20 plants creates substantial coverage for under $40 total. And here's the real advantage. You can rearrange the entire setup whenever you want. No permanent holes, no damage to rental properties, complete creative control. Swap out seasonal plants, change the configuration, add or remove sections based on what's working. By the way, if you're enjoying these ideas, drop a comment below and let me know which hack you're trying first. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, now's a perfect time. We've got 7 more privacy hacks coming up, and number 8 is probably the most unexpected thing you'll see today. Hack number 4, the rope and bead curtain. Remember those beaded curtains from the 70s? We're bringing that concept outside with a modern twist. Dollar Tree sells packages of wooden beads in the craft section and basic rope or twine in multiple colors. String the beads onto lengths of rope, leaving gaps between each bead for visual interest. Hang these strands close together from a horizontal support like a deck railing, pergola beam, or even a sturdy branch. The movement creates this mesmerizing effect when wind passes through, and the density blocks views without completely closing off the space. You can stain or paint the beads any color to match your outdoor aesthetic. Natural wood tones for a bohemian vibe, bright colors for a playful look, or monochrome for something more sophisticated. Each strand takes maybe 10 minutes to assemble while watching TV. Make 20 or 30 strands, and you've got a full curtain wall. The sound of beads clicking together in the breeze adds this peaceful, wind chime quality to your space. Total material cost for a 6-foot wide curtain runs about $12 to $15. And the best part? It's completely adjustable. Tie the strands at different heights for a cascading effect, or keep them uniform for clean lines. When fall storms roll in, gather the strands and store them in a bin until spring. Take hack number 5, the foam board living wall. Foam poster boards from Dollar Tree aren't just for school projects. These lightweight sheets become the foundation for a modular living wall system. Cut small X-shaped slits across the surface of each board, then tuck air plants, succulents in small pots, or even artificial greenery into the slits. The foam holds everything securely while staying light enough to lean against fences or hang from hooks. You can create one large board or connect multiple boards for wider coverage. Paint the foam board before adding plants if you want the background to show through. Deep green for a lush jungle feel, black for dramatic contrast, or stick with white for a minimalist gallery wall effect. Real plants work great for this because air plants need minimal care and succulents thrive with neglect. But if you're in a shady spot or don't want the maintenance, those realistic artificial stems from Dollar Tree fit perfectly into the slits. Mixed textures and heights, spiky plants next to rounded ones, trailing varieties near upright growth. The three-dimensional quality blocks views while creating serious visual interest. Each board costs $1. Plants or artificial stems run $1 to $2 each, and you'll want about 15 to 20 plants per board for good coverage. A 3-board panel with full planting comes in around $20 to $25 and covers roughly 6 linear feet. Hack number 6, the basket weave wall. This technique uses those flat plastic or woven baskets you find in the organization section. Turn them sideways and secure them to your fence or a frame using zip ties or outdoor wire. Overlap them slightly so there are no gaps, creating this basket weave texture that's actually really striking. The baskets come in different colors and weave patterns, so you can create interesting designs by alternating styles. Leave some baskets empty for airflow and light. Fill others with trailing plants or decorative elements. The dimensional quality casts interesting shadows throughout the day as the sun moves. This works particularly well for hiding chain link fences or adding texture to plain wooden privacy fences that feel too flat. You can go full coverage or create a pattern, maybe a checkerboard effect with every other basket filled with greenery. The baskets hold up remarkably well outdoors. That plastic resin material doesn't fade quickly, and the woven ones develop a nice weathered patina over time. Each basket runs about $1 to $1.50, depending on size. For an 8-foot section of fence, you're looking at 20 to 30 baskets, depending on how much overlap you want. Total cost sits around $25 to $35 for a full wall, and installation takes maybe an hour if you're working solo. The zip tie method means easy removal if you change your mind or want to reconfigure the layout. Hack number 7, the mirror illusion panel. Here's something completely unexpected. Those adhesive mirror tiles in Dollar Tree's home section create the illusion of more space while technically blocking direct views. Mount them on a backing board or directly onto fence sections in a pattern. The reflective surface bounces back whatever is in front of it, which usually means plants, sky, or other parts of your yard. Someone looking toward your space sees the reflection instead of seeing through to what you're doing. This works exceptionally well in small yards, where traditional privacy screens make the space feel cramped. The mirrors trick the eye into perceiving more depth and openness. Arrange them in a grid for modern appeal, or scatter them randomly for an artistic installation. Mix mirror tiles with painted wood panels, or leave some fence sections natural for contrast. You'll need to avoid placing these where they'll reflect direct sunlight into neighbors' windows, but for most applications, they add this boutique garden quality that looks professionally designed. The tiles come in packs of multiple pieces. You'll need several packs depending on your coverage area, but even a generous installation runs about $15 to $20. The adhesive backing means no tools required. Peel, stick, done. And if you ever want to change things up, they pop off without much fuss. Hack number 8. The cooling rack vertical garden. This is an unexpected one. Those wire cooling racks were meant for baking. The ones with the grid pattern and little feet. Flip them vertically, and suddenly, you have a ready-made frame for climbing plants or hanging displays. Secure 2 or 3 racks together with zip ties to create a larger panel. The grid provides perfect support for vining plants like clematis, jasmine, or even annual climbers like scarlet runner beans. You can also use the grid to hang small planters, attach decorative elements, or weave fabric strips through for additional coverage while plants establish. The wire construction allows airflow and light through, while still creating a visual barrier. Paint the racks if you want them to blend in or stand out. Matte black for an industrial look, white for cottage garden charm, or leave them silver for a utilitarian vibe. These racks are incredibly sturdy, despite being lightweight. The wire gauge handles plant weight easily, and the structure doesn't warp like cheaper materials. Each rack costs $1, and you'll want about 6 to 8 racks to create a decent-sized privacy panel. Connect them in whatever configuration works for your space, tall and narrow, short and wide, or create a corner screen by angling 2 sections. Total investment runs $6 to $8 plus plants. And the installation is literally just zip tying them together and either leaning them against existing structures or securing them with a few hooks. Hack number 9. The shower curtain divider. Outdoor rated shower curtains, or those heavy-duty vinyl curtains from Dollar Tree, are seriously underrated for yard privacy. These things are designed to handle moisture and humidity, which makes them perfect for outdoor conditions. String a wire or rope between 2 points, add curtain rings, and hang the curtains like you would indoors. The weight keeps them from blowing around too much, and the water-resistant material handles rain and dew without deteriorating. Choose solid colors for maximum privacy, or go with those frosted or semi-transparent options that let light through while still obscuring views. You can find curtains with patterns, tropical themes, geometric designs, all kinds of options that add personality to your space. This method works brilliantly for creating temporary privacy around hot tubs, defining separate zones on large patios, or blocking specific sightlines without building permanent structures. The curtains slide along the wire so you can adjust coverage as needed. Push them aside when you want openness, close them up for privacy. Each curtain costs $3 to $5. Curtain rings are $1 for a pack, and the wire or rope is another couple dollars. For a 10-foot span, you're looking at about $8 to $12 total. And setup takes maybe 15 minutes. String the wire, clip on the rings, hang the curtains. Swap them out seasonally if you want fresh looks, or just leave them year-round since they're built to last. Hack number 10. The Placemat privacy fence. Last one, and it's probably the most creative use of Dollar Tree materials you'll see. Those decorative placemats made from bamboo, woven paper, or vinyl. They come in tons of colors and textures. Use zip ties or outdoor adhesive to attach them to your existing fence, chain link, or even create a freestanding frame to mount them on. Overlap the edges slightly, and suddenly you have this textured wall that looks intentional and designed. The variety of patterns available means you can create almost any aesthetic. Natural bamboo for tropical vibes, metallic placemats for modern elegance, colorful woven ones for bohemian charm. Mix and match different styles in the same installation for an eclectic gallery wall effect. The material handles weather surprisingly well. Most placemats are designed to be wipeable and water-resistant since they're meant for dining tables. Rain doesn't faze them, and they don't fade as quickly as you'd expect. Each placemat runs $1 to $1.50. For an 8-foot section of fence, you'll need roughly 30 to 40 placemats, depending on their size and how much overlap you create. Total cost lands around $35 to $50 for full coverage. Installation is straightforward. Start at one corner and work your way across, securing each mat with a few zip ties. The whole project can be done in an afternoon and completely transforms blank or ugly fencing into something that gets compliments from everyone who sees it. And there you have it, 10 completely doable privacy solutions that won't drain your bank account. The beauty of these hacks is they work together. Combine the tension rod fabric wall with hanging plants. Layer the placemat fence behind a pool noodle trellis with climbing vines. Mix and match based on what your space needs and what aesthetic you're going for. Privacy doesn't have to mean boring walls or expensive installations. It can be creative, colorful, and completely unique to your style. If you found this helpful, Make sure you hit that like button and drop a comment letting me know which hack you're excited to try. I love hearing how you all adapt these ideas for your own spaces. And if you haven't subscribed yet, click that subscribe button because we're putting out budget-friendly garden content every single week. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.